Some of y'all don't have standards. You have a fantasy draft. You want somebody emotionally intelligent, loyal, fine, consistent, healed, financially stable, and you can't even communicate without sarcasm in the shutdown. You're not asking for too much. You're just offering too little. Your standards aren't high. Your effort is low.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
Welcome back to the John Cash Show podcast, where we tell the truth loud enough to offend your ego. Today's episode is for everybody who says, I know my worth, but their worth is unverified. Let's define the difference. Standards are values-based, consistent, realistic, mutual, backed by discipline, rooted in character. Entitlement is demands without contribution, expectations without growth, I deserve with no I've earned, weaponizing boundaries to avoid accountability. Standards are what you require and practice. Entitlement is what you demand while staying the same. Because Instagram got y'all thinking y'all a luxury brand and you're emotionally Timo. Now, the other voice you will hear during the course of this episode is the audio and visual, the podcast Viagra, right?
I don't know where this term came from, but
I don't know. But
the podcast Viagra.
Podcast Viagra.
I'll take it. Oh yeah, what's going on? Hello, thank you for having me.
And look,
keeping it solid,
right? Keeping it solid. Now let's get into the social media delusion problem. And don't get mad at me. Get mad at your therapist for not answering your email. Let's talk about the viral lies ruining everybody's dating life. If they wanted to, they would. Never chase. I'm the prize. If they don't spoil you, they don't love you. A real man pays all the bills. A real woman submits. Mask energy this. Fem energy that. If they're not obsessed with you, it's not real.
I think you might hit all of them.
I know, right? You cannot build a healthy relationship off tweets, trauma, and TikTok therapy. Some of y'all learn dating from heartbreak and hot takes. Let's go into some of these listener comments. Madison from Tampa says, I'm like Jay-Z. I don't chase, I replace. I know I have high standards. I can't ask God for a mate and then settle.
See, I hear shit like that. I think I got problems because I hear shit like that, and immediately I'm like, I know that's right, but then I think about it, I'm like, well, that's probably not the right. That probably shouldn't be. That's probably a little toxic.
Madison, I respect it, but I have one question. Are you replacing people because your standards are high or because your tolerance for accountability is low?
Mm-hmm. There's a common theme in all your relationships.
Because if every person is replaceable, maybe you're not dating, you're shopping. Let's get into the second listener comment. Daniel from Boston says, I'm tired of people saying they want loyalty, but they keep entertaining exes, situationships, and attention online. Thank you. Because you cannot demand exclusivity while auditioning backups.
Mm-hmm.
Listener comment number 3 is Anthony from Chicago says, I want a partner who's emotionally mature, but it feels like everybody is just defensive and scared. And my response to that is because most people aren't looking for love. They're looking for a safe place to hide. Now let's talk about high standards requiring high skill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do the part that people hate because TikTok will have you celibate, single, and convince your Beyonce. If you want loyalty, ask this question. Are you loyal? If you want emotional maturity, ask yourself this question. Do you regulate your emotions? If you want stability, ask yourself this question. Are you consistent? If you want communication, Ask yourself this question. Do you speak clearly or do you punish people with silence? If you want commitment, ask yourself this question. Are you commitment ready or just lonely? If you want generosity, ask yourself this question. Are you giving or just taking? If you want protection, ask yourself this question. Are you safe to be around? If you want softness,
I like that one.
if you want softness, are you soft? Are you safe?
Yeah.
You don't attract what you want. You attract what you qualify for. You want somebody healed, but you still argue like your childhood lives in your throat. You can't demand emotional intelligence while emotionally blackmailing people.
Mm.
Now, this is why people overdemand. People overdemand because they're not actually confident. They're afraid. And the root causes of this are insecurity, the fear of being played, trauma responses, comparison culture, validation addiction, ego protection, scarcity mindset, internalized shame, untreated anxiety. Woo, say that 5 times fast.
Yeah, you might be you going through like you might qualify as a therapist at this point. Going through
I gotta get the DSM book.
Not for real.
Some people don't have standards. They have fear dressed up as confidence. A lot of people don't want love. They want control disguised as boundaries. You ever meet somebody who says they want peace, but they argue like it's cardio?
Mm.
Now, let me go through the audacity checklist.
Okay.
And this brings me to a new segment because the Audacity has been doing push-ups lately.
Mm.
This is the Audacity checklist. If any of these apply to you, your standards are not standards. They're delusion. Now, let's go. The Audacity checklist. You want commitment, but you disappear when it gets serious.
Pretty audacious.
You want emotional availability, but you punish vulnerability. You want honesty, but you can't handle the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You want peace, but you thrive on chaos. You want loyalty, but you flirt when you're bored. That applies to me.
I think that applies to a lot of people.
You cute, whatever. Be in my DMs. I'll be like, oh, really?
I mean, I guess.
I guess. Such a bird. You want a provider, but you're irresponsible with money. You want a grown partner, but you date potential like it's a personality trait. You want somebody obsessed with you, but you don't like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If your standards are based on what somebody can do for you, you're not dating, you're negotiating. Now, if you checked off more than 3 of those, please pause this episode and go journal. Now, here is the audience call out. I like to do this once an episode. Now, let me ask you something. What do you bring besides trauma and a cute face? What do you offer besides vibes and sexual tension? What do you bring besides a broken past and a playlist?
Those are some good things, though. Those are, yeah, man, ain't nothing wrong with those things, but you got to bring a little more. We need a little more on the plate.
If your only asset is your presence, you're not a partner, you're a guest. You can't be hard to love and easy to disappoint. Now let's talk about how this plays out in real relationships across the board. And this is relationship dynamics. And I want to be inclusive and universal with this. So let's talk about these dynamics because this isn't just men and women. Because I got a few comments about that. Oh, you just talk about men and women.
No, I think it's just about. I think anybody can be affected by this. Any people.
I got to make it plain because some people be like, you just talk about men and women. All right.
Not word.
So we're talking about all straight couples, queer couples, LGBTQ relationships, everyone. People across every identity are out here saying, I want safety, but they bring instability.
Mm-hmm.
I want consistency, but they're being unpredictable. I want softness, but they communicate like a threat. I want a partner, but they act like a project. A lot of people want commitment without responsibility. They want romance without the emotional labor. Some people want traditional love, but they're living reckless, modern, and selfish. You cannot demand security from someone you don't respect. You don't want a partner, you want a performer. Now that I've dragged everybody equally, let's fix it. And what I like to call the accountability turn.
There we go.
So what do real standards sound like? Real standards sound like I require emotional availability and I practice it. I require honesty and I don't punish truth. I require loyalty and I move like I'm taken. I require stability and I'm disciplined. I require respect and I give it first. I require growth and I'm in therapy, journaling, healing, and evolving. Now, here are these action steps that you need to do. Stop dating for validation. Stop using standards to hide insecurity. Stop auditioning people like you're a fucking casting director. Upgrade your communication. Stop choosing partners you have to teach how to care. Stop calling toxicity passion. Stop confusing attention with love. Your soulmate is not coming until you stop acting like a liability.
I think that attention one is big.
Exactly. If you have to train them to treat you right, you already lost. Accountability is free, but people act like it costs rent. And in this week's final truth, high standards without high effort is arrogance. If you want a luxury partner, you need a luxury mindset. And the love you want requires a version of you haven't met yet.
Mm-hmm.
Stop asking for the person you're not ready to be. And now, before we go, you already know what time it is. It's petty proverb time.
Hey.
In the petty proverb of the week, you don't deserve what you want. You deserve what you're willing to become. Bars.
That was great. That was bar.
Bars.
Beautifully said.
If this episode hits you in the chest, share it with somebody who says they want love but can't even apologize. Support the show at www.thejohncashshow.com. Hit that Cash App, $ John Cash Show Podcast. And remember, your standards aren't high. Your effort is low.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.